Hey everyone, I am doing a quick video. Well, I actually don't know how quick it's going to be, but I'm doing a video show you a project that I just that I'm working on for my baby girl. These are my son's shoes that he used to wear. What they look like before, and this is what I did to him. So I just put some polka dots on, and I changed out the rope for some pink. It's kind of like a velvet kind of almost. I'll show you what I used for that. So that's it. I just did some little DIY. Now that I think they're cute little girl shoes. This is kind of inspired by a shoe that I saw. Like I said, I saw on Amazon. So that shoe is here, somewhere down here. Kind of my inspiration photo. It doesn't look exact, but you can see where I kind of got the idea from. And also, just in case you do want to order those shoes, I will put the link for those shoes. They're not expensive at all. I think they're like $12 or something. I will put those shoes, the link for those shoes at the end of this video and or in the description for this video. So you can go check them out there on Amazon. But so this is what I turned out. This is the before and this is the after. And let's go ahead and dive in and see how I did it. It's not hard at all. So I used, for the paint on these, I actually just used acrylic paint. Reason being, one, like I said, she's going to be outgrowing them really quick. If these were shoes, I would say that I was going to use for myself or for somebody else, or, you know, that were going to needed to last a long time and stay good quality. I probably would suggest that you use more of a higher quality fabric markers or fabric paint. If you have a canvas shoe. But like I said, these are only going to last a couple of months, 6 to 10 months anyway. So I'm not, overly concerned about it. I've used acrylic paint on canvases and stuff too. I could throw them in the wash or hand wash them, and they'll be fine for the amount of time that she's going to use them. And plus I can always go over them if I needed to. So I just use acrylic paint. The acrylic paint that I use, my favorite acrylic paint to use is Americana. I love that brand. Michaels has them, Hobby Lobby, super cheap. Actually, I haven't bought paint in a little while, so I might be over $1 now. But when I got these, they were like $1 each. So they're in that ballpark range still. I used 3 different colors for the polka dots. I used Americana's baby pink, royal fuchsia, and the Americana lilac. Lilac, purple, light purple. And then for the string part here, I have an old scrunchie that I really haven't used in a long time. It was a purple, kind of like a fuchsia scrunchie, kind of matched the royal fuchsia kind of. And it's got some lines on it. It's kind of a little velvety. So I just cut that up and used it. So what I do, you're going to need some Q-tips. I use Q-tips to make the bigger dots. I use Q-tips for the light pink and the dark pink. And then have the end of my toothpicks is kind of a flat. I don't know if you could see that very well, but the end of my toothpicks are kind of flat. So I use that for the smaller ones. So you can use anything you want that's going to make a circle. Q-tips are really, really the best thing. They're really nice to use, or you can use, if you have little paintbrushes or something, you could just like dab it on. So we'll get into, let's go ahead and make them. They are clean, so make sure you throw them in the wash, or you clean them up and dry them real good before you do this. That's pretty much my only prep, is that they're just clean. That's it. That's all I did. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around and get started. And first thing I'm going to do is cut all the rope off. All right. Okay. So everything, so I took the ropes off, and I am going to go ahead and begin starting some polka dots. It's nice and easy to put everything on a paper plate, just 3 little spots. I got the Q-tips and the toothpicks. The other shoe I started with the light pink first, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Maybe that'll keep it a little bit more cohesive. And I'm going to go ahead and dab it in. Don't be afraid to use too much paint. You're not pushing down very hard. I'll show you. But get some paint on there. I mean, you're probably going to end up having to go over them once or twice. So, all right. So I'm just going to start out here, and I'm just going to start and put a dot. That's it. Okay. Just put a dot. And I'm going to go ahead and do that around the whole shoe. Don't forget, you just remember how many colors you're doing. If you have 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors, just depending on how many you have, just try and space them out a little bit, just so that you can, cohesively add colors in. You can always add another color or take it out if you end up putting them too close. It's really no right or wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and do the light pink on the whole shoe, around the whole shoe, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so the pink is done around the light pink is done around the shoe. The next color that I did was the fuchsia, the royal fuchsia. Same thing, I just dip it in. Don't be afraid to get too much paint on. Just when you put it on the shoe, you just don't have to push super hard. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that, and there you go. And again, this part's going to be a little on the tight side because I put some of the light pink pretty tight, and I'm going to go ahead and put some on here. And you are going to end up probably having to go over these. I did on the other shoe. Once they dry and the canvas kind of absorbs the paint, you're probably going to end up having to go over and just do them one more time. You could see some of the pink. You could see the centers are kind of, you can see some of the blue coming through. So you will end up having to do it, especially if you use the light purple. The light purple, you're definitely going to have to do it again. But I'm going to go ahead and put the fuchsia color all over. All right, so I go ahead and went around and put the fuchsia color on. And they are so all around the shoe. And I'm going to go ahead and do the light purple. So what I do with the light purple, I ended up, like I said, I did smaller circles for the light purple. I just took a toothpick because, like I said, it's flat. But if you have something small that you can use, it doesn't really matter as long as it makes the circles. So I just dip the end of that in, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. Just adds a nice contrast with color. So I put the purple, lilac to be exact. I'm just putting that, since it's smaller, I can fill in the gaps of some of the area. Okay, so I went and did the lilac purple spots in here. You can always compare them and add them where you need. So I think it's great. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, and then go back, and if there's any light spots that kind of got absorbed by the canvas, I will go ahead and go over them again until I'm satisfied with how dark they are. Okay, so I actually ended up only doing one coat on everything to get it the way I wanted, how dark I wanted it. I went ahead and put one of these in already. I'll show you how I did that here real quick. So I took a piece of the fabric that I cut from my hair scrunchie. And I need to go ahead and get it through these holes. And what I have is I don't know what I don't know what I have. I don't know what this is called. It's a needle. It's got a curve at the end. Even a straight needle will work because it does go in through the hole. My shoe, anyway, it goes in through the hole. But I don't really know what it's called. Forgive me. I'm sure somebody will comment on what it is and what it's used for, but I am using it right now for this purpose. So I'm just going to put it through the bottom. So I just pull it through a little bit like that. I'm sorry, it's a little close. So I just pull it through a little bit like that, maybe a little less actually, and then I just fish it through. When I did the other side, should have gone that way. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and fish it through. Now, what I do with this part, I just make sure that the inside of the fabric, because I have two different sides of the fabric, the side that I want is facing the inside. So, and then all I do with this is I am going to tie it in a knot. I'm not going to make it super tight because you'll see why. I'm going to actually be pulling it through. I'm not going to make it super tight. I don't want it super thin either. And what I do is I just cut this part off and this little piece there off. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it through the hole. And what I did to push it through the hole is I used the end of the needle that I have here, and I just kind of shoved it in there. Okay, so I went ahead and pushed the knot through and pull the one side so that the knot kind of gets in the middle in there, and flatten it out, and voila. And then the top part's pretty much the easiest part because you just I'll show you the other shoe. You just I just had to tie knots in there, and I just looped it through. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I pre-cut another one here. Okay. There we go. And push it through there. Pretty easy. Voila. Voila. All right. And then okay, and then let's making sure that they're straight. Pull it through a little bit more so I have more room to tie a knot. All right, and then I'm just going to take the same thing again. I'm just going to fish it through this side. This side just pokes straight through. It's just easier to pull it through this way than having to try and keep grabbing it with my fingers. Oops, wrong one. I do want to cross them. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled them through. I ended up pulling it through the same hole like twice before I got it right. And then I'm going to, so with these, I'm just going to tie a knot in one side here and one side here so they don't go back through the hole. I am going to double knot it, not like the one knot I did here. I'll do double here because I don't want them to go through the holes. You don't want to make them too tight because well, mine anyway has elastic on it, so I can't make it too tight. Otherwise, it won't like bend and it won't flex and stuff, and it'll be pulling and probably break a lot sooner. So I don't want to make it overly tight. I don't want to overly loose either. It's just kind of like a game, trying to figure out how tight to do it with the knot and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so here they are. They look pretty good. I really am happy with them. I think she's going to have a lot of fun with it. Like this video and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And I will get back to you soon with a new project.